You know, this one's serious because the screen went horizontal. I did get some questions about the process of hiring a boat and going out, things like that. So there are three main hire boat companies that operate all around the UK that I know of, and that is ABC Boat Hire, which is the largest, and then Anglo Welsh, and then also Black Prince. There are tons of other ones. Someone just came by with a boat from the Warwickshire Canal Company. Our boat is from Napton Narrowboats. There are all sorts of small little outlets. There's one called, I think Rugby rents them, and there's another one, I can't remember the name of it. It was cute. It was Wyvern or something like that. Anyway, you hire the boat. They do not come with drivers. That was one of the questions. And most of the main companies have locations all around the country. So you can see on this map all the different Anglo-Welsh locations. I don't think Anglo-Welsh has any in Scotland, but I know that Black Prince and ABC and someone else does it there. I can't remember who. Like I said, they do not come with a driver. They will usually give you, if it's your first time, like a 5 or 10 minute training course, but they don't take you out or anything like that. They just like, here you go. The good news is the boat only goes 4 miles an hour, so it's really, really hard to mess it up. I don't think people lose boats due to boating accidents because you're going so slow. But there is definitely a learning curve involved. But if you're a good driver, especially if you drive like Kathy does, like buses or anything long, if you ever pulled a trailer, I think it helps a lot. When you rent your boat, each place will have suggested routes, and there are what they call return routes, which is like what we did, which is start somewhere, go out, and then come back. And then there are ring routes as well, which are obviously rings and circles. There's some famous ring routes. We could have, from where we are, we could have done the Warwickshire ring. I think there's a Birmingham ring. I think there's a Avon ring as well that we chose not to do, and I'll talk about that why in a little bit later. But you then plan your own route, and I think there's some wiggle room in it. So I spent a lot of time. Those that know me know I definitely spent a lot of time like looking at maps and looking at things to figure out what we wanted to do on which day, how far we wanted to go. I'll try to put a picture up of our little itinerary that I made as well here. Um, but that's always flexible. So, for example, last night we had planned to stop at a pub called the Fleur de Lis, but so had every other boater in the West Midlands. So there was no parking within like 2 miles of that pub. So we just continued on a little further. You always make sure you've got a little food in the fridge in case you have to not walk to a pub or you get caught in a downpour. And so you say, okay, I think this is going to take X number of hours. There's a great website called, I think it's called canalplan.com or canalplan.co.uk, which I'll put a screenshot up of here. And it looks like it was made in like 1993, but it's really helpful because it will allow you to really customize your routes. Somebody spent a lot of time on that. And you can say, hey, here's how long it's going to take us to work, we think, each lock. And then here's how long we want to cruise each day. And you can say, I want to go from London to Manchester and back, and it will plan a whole 3 month trip for you with tell you where to stop, tell you where the moorings are, things like that. The other great guides that you get on the way are there's a set of books called the Nicholson Guides. I think it's 7 books. We're on book one now. We were on book two yesterday, but on book one today. And they show you, and I'll put it up here, they show you, distances and locks and bridges and mooring spots and where pubs are and things like that. And virtually every boat that you pass is going to have that on board. I think the other thing to make note of is as we go up and down the canals, I think Arya sitting next to me. What do you think? Are you 50% hire boats and 50% non-hire boats?
More non-hire boats.
More non-hire boats. So there are quite a few hire boats out where we are, especially in the last day or so. We've seen a ton, and we saw somebody from Germany who's never done it before. There's Americans, there's Brits that have done it. There was a group in front of us today that was 4 folks, and I think the average age was probably mid-70s. So it's not strenuous, it's active, but it's an easy thing to do and jump into. I am going to make a post later. I won't make a video with some shows and YouTube channels that we like to watch. That really is what got us into it. Hope that helps.